For too many years, it's been too easy for people to come here, slip into the shadow economy, and remain here illegally. Because, frankly, we've been squeamish about saying things that are clearly true. It's not just that it's not compassionate left-wing politics to rely on labour that exploits foreign workers and undercuts fair wages, but the simple fact that every nation needs to have control over its borders. We do need to know who is in our country. Our immigration system does need to be fair if we want to maintain that binding contract that our politics is built on. Otherwise, it undermines trust, undermines people's faith that we're on their side, and their belief that the state can and will work for them. And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
The UK has fallen, my friends. The UK has fallen. Not only have they let Islam take over the country, they've let in millions of people who are not compatible with the values of Europe and Western values in general and the values of the UK. But now they are turning into communist China by proposing a digital ID. Because as we all know, China has what is called a social credit score, which is basically a credit score that they use to basically keep you in control. Because why do you need a digital ID to be able to work in the UK? Isn't it already illegal to work without authorization? To work if you're an illegal immigrant in the country? What is getting a digital ID going to do, my friends? It's going to do nothing, because the people that are illegal there, that are already employed, are employed under the table already regardless. This isn't going to change anything. And what about the people who don't have phones? What about people who don't want to get phones so they don't have to have this digital ID, or they can't get this digital ID? What about them? They just won't be able to work, or is the government also going to provide free phones? I'm assuming maybe that's one of the solutions. But this is dystopian. This is a way for them to keep track of you. They arrest you in the UK when you make comments online that are anti, whatever, hate speech, what they deem hate speech. They literally arrested a famous person. I can't remember her name. I literally saw a video this morning of them arresting a famous person because she made a joke on a podcast about herself. She made a self-deprecating comment, and the police came and arrested her for it. And now she's waiting to see if she's going to be charged. And this was all in the guise of safety, of an act they passed that was supposed to be about online safety. What is safe about the police showing up in your house because you made a mean tweet or you posted a mean comment? I had an argument the other day. There was this gentleman on Facebook that was laughing about something America related. He was from the UK. And I asked him, I'm like, I don't understand why you're laughing. You literally can't even talk in your country about the Muslim rape gangs that are raping your girls without the police going and arresting you for it. And then he started trying to talk about, gun deaths and all that shit. And I'm like, I don't care. You guys get arrested for fucking anything. I don't know why you're laughing. And then I called them the R word. And I called them a dumbass. And I asked him, can you say that back to me online right now and the cops not show up at your house? He never responded. Because they can't. You can't talk about the obvious problem that they have with the Muslim rape gangs and the Muslim crime and the Muslims just overall taking over the country. without you being arrested. There's a lot of things you can't do in the UK, and they consider themselves free. They have hate speech laws. And now they're going to introduce digital IDs to try and curb illegal immigration, which isn't going to stop. You guys were letting these people in anyways, because instead of letting in the boats, what you were supposed to be doing is turning those boats back around to Africa. That's what you were supposed to be doing. But no, you let them in, and then you gave them government subsidized housing, and you give them government subsidized food, and now you've got a giant problem in your hands. The UK is one of those other countries that I said, and within 2 or 3 generations, it's going to be Muslim majority. And they're not even going to have to raise a single arm to do it. They're not going to have to raise a single. The mayor of London is a Muslim. I just made a video on the Muslims in Dearborn harassing the people of Dearborn, the non-Muslims, by doing call to prayers at 5 a.m, even though the law states that there's not supposed to be any loud noises until 7 a.m. on weekdays. And then the mayor was just disregarding the citizens of the city, because that's what Muslims do when they become the majority in a certain area. They're the majority in Dearborn, so fuck everybody else. But we're not talking about that topic right now. We're talking about the fact that the UK is trying to introduce essentially a social credit score without telling the people. Because they always say, oh, it's for this. And you think that the government, you trust the government not to use it for something else? It's just to gain more control over the people. It is already illegal to work in the UK if you're an illegal immigrant. What do you need an ID for? What do you need a digital ID for? These people are selling the UK down the drain. It's insane. And the Britons, since they don't have a Second Amendment, they laugh at us and they complain, but the government could never do anything like that. They could never force Americans to do stuff like that. Although I do think we have certain Americans, mainly those on the left, who love big government and would submit to government overreach. But majority of Americans wouldn't be down with this shit. And the government couldn't force its populace to do it. There's no way for Britons to defend themselves because they have no arms. What are they going to do against the government? Instead, they just got to sit there and take it, or get arrested in the process, or in this case, not be able to work. If you're a Briton, if you're not a Briton, you don't care because you're going to work the way you were working anyways. This doesn't solve a problem. It just creates an additional one. But this is all I got for this video, guys. I want to know what your guys' opinion about this new digital ID that sounds eerily similar to China's social credit score. Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video with your friends. And if you have anything you want me to react to, my email is in the description box below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.